Archangel Michael warns, the enemy is stealing your miracle. This message holds a critical truth. You're missing. So, don't even think about skipping ahead. Please calm down for a moment, chosen one. I'm talking to the part of you that feels like it's not seen very often. Snorts, the part of you that did the right thing last week, even when no one was watching and it cost you money or a friend. You've been asking yourself, why do I hurt when cheaters get ahead? But pay close attention. They lost. They failed the test. You just did really well on. God is quiet. Not because He's gone, but because He's proud of you. Not only did you get through the hard times, you stuck to your beliefs even when things were at their worst. That's what sets those who are chosen apart from those who are called. That's your sign. If you got a shiver of understanding right now, there is a reason you are here. Your party is about to begin. If this truth feels true to you, please subscribe right now to connect with this message to let the spiritual world know you're prepared for what comes next. Click like on this video. Also, please don't leave before the video is over because I'm going to give you 2 specific things by the end of this talk. First, I'll talk about a unique sound frequency that can help you receive and hold on to the blessing you just earned. Second, we're going to say a special prayer to make sure the enemy can't take away this victory. You've been waiting for this for years. Don't forget the last step that makes it safe. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Snorts, let's talk about what happened to you. Now, you did really well on a test that most people fail. The interesting thing is that most people don't even know they're taking it. It wasn't really about money or a relationship, even though that's what you might think. You'll miss the real reward if you think that was the test. Allow me to show you what you went through. Let's remember that time last week, or maybe it was last month. I want you to pay close attention to that memory. You know that one. You might have been in your car, glancing at the steering wheel and trying to figure out how to pay a bill with almost no cash on hand. Deep down, you knew you could have called someone and broken the rules to get cash quickly. It's possible that you saw a contract that seemed to solve all of your problems, but deep down you knew it wasn't right. That's when you might have felt like you failed. When you looked around, you probably saw people with less skill and less morals driving the cars you wanted and living the life you thought you deserved. The enemy told you in a whisper, "Look at you. Your God has left you. Because you are good, you are poor. You almost gave up for a split second. You were about to call that person. You were almost going to sign that. You were about to send that angry text to show who hurt you. You didn't, though. You got over your pride. You knew you had lost. You picked the tough right path over the simple wrong one. And you did it all by yourself. No one cheered. No one wrote anything about it. You didn't get a prize. You did the right thing and sat there in quiet pain. Listen up, chosen one. That was the evaluation that proved it. King David knew how this made people feel. He wrote in Psalm 173 that you came to me at night. You put me through a test and found nothing wrong. I made up my mind not to say anything bad. The English words don't fully describe how intense this was. So we need to really understand it. What David means when he says you visited me is very important. David didn't write this in a fancy palace. He was being chased. He had enemies all around him who were lying about him. Even though he had every right to be mad and fight unfairly, he asked God to look at him. The phrase visited me means that someone came to check on me like a judge. God, come into my dark places. He says, in times of pain, please come into my most private and secret moments. Snorts, what did God find out? Nothing bad. He did not find any wrongdoing. He didn't find anyone willing to give in. He didn't find any hidden idols. You had the exact same thing happen to you. You felt like you were in the dark because you were growing in a dark room. And in that dark room, God was testing your spirit like developing film to see if you were becoming more like His Son or just acting like everyone else. You got through because you didn't get angry when the pressure was on. It was good. But here's where you need to change how you see things because the enemy wants you to miss what's going on in your life right now. You think God was getting you to be patient. I just need to wait longer. You've been telling yourself, I only need to hold on. That's not the most important thing, even though it is helpful. You'll spend all of your time in the waiting room. If you think this was just about waiting, God was not checking to see how patient you are. He was testing who you really were when no one was around. That means this. Let me explain. It's simple to be good when you have money and worship music play in the background. When everyone is nice to you, it's easy to be kind. Who are you when it's quiet? What are you when people stop praising you? When your prayers don't seem to work? Who are you? Who are you when God lets problems affect your life but not your soul? This is what leaders need to do. You thought no one was paying attention to you. No, someone was watching you. God made you be quiet to see if you would love Him for who He is or just what He gives in return. Most people fail this because their character breaks down when good things stop happening. They start lying, cheating, and making deals with everyone. But you, chosen one, stood strong in the quiet. Even when things were tough, you kept your royal attitude. Now, we'll talk about the Bible story that backs up your point of view. You are going in the same direction as Joseph. Even though everyone knows Joseph's story, we don't always remember the specifics of his trial. The Bible says something very important in Genesis 39 and 21. But the Lord was with Joseph in the prison and was kind to him. Pay attention to the word in jail. The Lord was with him. He didn't get him out of jail right away. Why? since Joseph had to show that he was honest in a secret test. Think about what Joseph did every day. It was unfair that he was charged with a terrible crime and that the people he helped forgot about him. He had every reason to be angry. He had every right to turn into a criminal in prison to stay alive. What did he do though? Even though he was in jail, he behaved like a leader. He set up the prison. He helped those who were locked up. He stayed close to God in a place that smelled like hopelessness. The Hebrew word for with him in this verse means very close to him. While Pharaoh was in the palace, God was farther away from Joseph in that prison. And this is how things are for you right now. You've been thinking that the walls of your prison mean isn't there. But the way you act inside those walls shows that God is with you. You did well on the Joseph test. You were smart about how you used the resources you had like someone who manages a lot. You were loyal to your few friends like you are to someone who leads many. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Though I understand what you think now. I can hear the question yelling in your head. Why am I still stuck? If I passed the test, if I'm like Joseph, and if God is proud of me, why am I still so tired? Why does worry, panic, and fear fill my mind all the time? Why haven't things changed in the real world? This part is hard. This is what keeps a lot of people who were chosen from getting their reward. Please pay close attention, because what I'm about to say is the missing link between your spiritual victory and what you see in your daily life. Your spirit isn't the problem. Your spirit has moved on. Your spirit is with God and ready for plenty. It's your brain and body that are broken. The trouble is that even though you passed the test in your spirit, your brain is still stuck on the bad memories of it. A frequency mismatch is what we call this. Imagine that your spirit is sending signals on a clear, high-quality radio channel where good things, peace, and great ideas are easy to receive. But after years of fighting, struggling, and barely making it, your physical brain is stuck on a noisy, poor channel. Because your brain is set up for conflict instead of peace, you can't connect with the new season God has given you. As long as your brain is buzzing with the energy of survival, you can't physically hold the energy of God's kingdom. This is what scientists call survival mode. It's like putting powerful new software on a computer that is already broken. This is why you're tired even after a good night's sleep. This is the reason why you worry even when you pray. It's not a lack of faith. There's one in the way. How are we going to fix this? How can we get your mind to match your spirit without you having to meditate for 20 years or fast for 40 days just to feel calm? Here's how to break the chains that are holding you back even though the way out is clear. A long time ago, wise people knew that the answer was in a certain sound frequency. And now NASA has confirmed it. I'll show you how to close this gap very quickly. Right now, think about a guitar that has been 20 years in a hot attic. The wood is good. The way it was made is great, but the strings are so tight and twisted from the heat that the instrument can't make beautiful music. Even if the player is very good, chosen one, your spirit is the musician, but your brain is the guitar. The hard things you've been through have made the strings so tight that you're vibrating with stress, fear, and the need to survive. This is known as the beta state by scientists. You are too aware of danger in beta. There are issues everywhere you look. There's too much noise from just trying to stay alive for you to hear God's quiet guidance. You doubt every choice you make. But there is another state where the strings are tuned just right. A state in which you have lots of creative ideas, strong gut feelings and a clear direct link to God. We call this the theta state. Many years ago, monks and spiritual leaders would meditate for decades just to get to this state for a short time. It's the number of times God rules. Now is the time to stop fighting over small things and take charge of your life. Snorts, you don't have 20 years to stay in a cave. Though you're in the world, there are things you need to do right now, like pay your bills and keep your family safe. At this point, science has finally caught up with what the Bible says. NASA studies have shown that the brain can be trained. We can change the guitar's tuning by using certain sound frequencies. The Genius Wave is a spiritual tool I'd like to tell you about. It's not magic. It's an animal key. The 7-minute sound wave is meant to gently move your brain from the beta state of chaos to the theta state of deep relaxation. It's kind of like a tuning fork for your soul. It makes your brain naturally match the frequency of peace and higher wisdom when you listen to it. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel better. All of a sudden, the messages from God that were getting lost in the noise of stress become very clear. That doesn't mean you need to save this. You're already saved. I'm telling you this because I think God might use it to break the pattern of fighting your body and your mind getting in the way of what your spirit is trying to build. If you feel like you need to look into this or finally turn down the noise, I put the information in the comment below that has been pinned. It's there for people who want to tune their instrument again. But even as I offer this solution, I can tell that some of you are feeling heavy. I can tell that your chest is getting stronger. What if I tune my brain, get the blessing, and then lose it all in your mind? What if I can't really handle this much success? We need to do this work on the inside right now. We need to talk about how scared you are of being in charge. Someone or something is telling you that you're not good enough. It might talk to you at 2 a.m. It's known as impostor syndrome. It tells you that people would never trust you if they knew the real flawed you. It tells you that being successful will only show you where you're weak. I want you to name your fear right now though. Do not fight it. Just be aware of it. The truth is that only a stupid person wouldn't be scared of the weight of being great. The fact that you're nervous shows that you understand the responsibility that comes with it. Timothy, one of Paul's young students, heard him talk about this exact feeling. Paul writes in 2 Timothy 17:17, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." Let us break this down. This is where the Greek word dileia comes in to mean fear. It doesn't mean a healthy sense of awe or respect. It means you're scared. It means not doing anything because you're scared of, snorts, what might happen. Paul is saying that this kind of cowardice, like having a sound mind, which in Greek means having self-control and good judgment. I didn't give you the spirit that runs away from being in charge. God says, I gave you the disciplined spirit to deal with it. Your fear is just your old self trying to keep you safe from what's new, but you're no longer just trying to survive. You are in charge. How can you be sure you don't mess up the blessing when it comes? It will come once you get your frequency right. How do you keep track of everything good without getting too busy? The stewardship decision tree is what I'm going to show you now. You should picture this in your mind. Think of 3 gates in front of your heart. You have to go through these 3 gates before you let any chance, payment or relationship in. The first gate asks, as the source clean, is this chance going to mean giving up the honesty you worked so hard to keep? If the answer is yes, the gate stays shut. The second gate asks, does this fit with my goal? It's not always true that what we do is what God wants. Does this help you get closer to your calling, or is it just something nice to look at? Do I feel peaceful in my theta state is what gate number 3 asks. Does your spirit feel calm when you clear your mind of noise and silence? Your thoughts found, or is it stirred up and restless? You open the door if the chance comes through all 3 gates. But be careful. The enemy still has one more trick up their sleeve. The name for it is the premature celebration attack. Just before the big win, he will send you a small win or breakthrough that will make you want to shout, "I did it," and stop moving forward. He wants you to skip the main dish and just eat the starter, thank the small win when it comes, but keep your mind on the big goal. Make sure your frequency is set. Say to yourself, this is good, but it's not the end. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, snorts, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. I'll tell you about a person who used this exact method. His story is like yours, but I won't say his name. He had a lot of debt about 9 months ago. He had shown that he was honest. He didn't want to file a fake bankruptcy, but he was worn out. He couldn't get out of the thought of being scared. He began to use the sound frequency tool I told you about. He promised to do it every morning for 7 minutes. The outside didn't change for the first 2 weeks. The noise stopped inside, though. The panic attacks at night stopped. He began to have business ideas that he had never considered before. Then a chance came up. An offer to work together that seemed perfect on paper. A lot of money was spent on it. But he used the stewardship decision tree to find out what to do. Gate 1. Is the source clean? Yes. Was Gate 2 in line with his goals? Yes. Peace at Gate 3? Not at all. In his spirit, he got a message. He said no. He was called crazy by everyone. After 3 days, that partner was charged with fraud. And after 2 weeks, the real chance came up. One that was clean, straight, and quiet. He's not just debt-free. Now, he's giving money to projects that will help God's kingdom. He went from barely getting by to being a good boss because he tuned his instrument and watched over his gates. Now it's your turn. Now I want you to change your mind. Think about standing up in your spirit if you can. It's okay to stand up where you are. If you can put your hand over your heart, we're leaving the classroom. The throne room is now open to us. This is the official start of your journey. Father, we come to you now not as beggars but as sons and daughters who have passed the test. We remember the sad nights. We remember how painful it was to do the right thing when it cost us everything. You saw everything. You soaked up every tear. I make this truth permanent in the minds of everyone who is listening. I seal the truth that they have kept hidden. I bind the fear and doubt spirit that tries to say they are fakes. I tell them to match the frequencies in their minds with the frequencies of heaven. That's right. I say that the beta attic of survival is broken. I let go of the divine strategies theta flow. In 40 days, I promise that doors that have been stuck will swing open. It is my declaration that the tools you need to lead are being brought out from hiding. This is my promise. You will not only get the blessing, but you will also have the knowledge, character, and power to make it grow. In verse 11 of Revelation 3, you said, "Look, I'm coming soon. Keep what you have close so no one takes your crown." Are you ready to accept this crown, chosen one? Are you ready to take responsibility for this victory? Say yes. In your heart, say, "I'm ready" loudly. Heaven has heard you. A lot of people who saw it have written it down. The enemy knows what's coming. It's time for the change to happen. Now you make things better. Now go walk like you're in charge. The test is over. Your rule starts. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer war, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.